Corns, huh?
All right.
I've never met one.
Liam Neeson reveals he quit going to confession after being shamed by the priest.
What did they do?
Liam Neeson, Lenora. First of all, Lenora loves.
He's done Taken 1, 2, and 3. I think I've seen Taken 1 like maybe 100 times.
Probably.
Good look.
Yes. She's seen Taken.
I have skills.
The name of his wife in the movie is who?
The name of his wife in the movie was Lenora.
And the name of his daughter is who?
Was Kim.
Now, people think that's a coincidence. No, it's not. Let me tell you why.
Call her Lenny.
Lenore think that it's a coincidence. No, it's not.
I think it is.
If I had not majored in film, I majored in film production. Okay. Then I went on to major in theater. I guarantee you somebody from that one of my classes, I bet you, like my name, Kim and Lenore, and I guarantee you that's what's in that movie.
I think it was just a coincidence.
How is the name Lenore a coincidence?
Lenore, yeah. Kim, the daughter, Kim.
But Lenore and Kim?
That's funny. But that's Taken 1. If y'all, all three Taken.
If y'all ever watch, the wife's name is Lenore and the wife's name is Kim.
They call her Lenny.
And I majored in film production. Somebody in my class did that.
Okay.
They liked the name Kim and Lenore.
Why was he shamed, though?
Anyway, Liam Neeson apparently learned the hard way about an important lesson in Catholicism. Thou shalt not publicly admit to pleasuring thyself.
Oh, oh my goodness.
During an upcoming appearance on the Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend podcast, Neeson, who grew up Catholic, admits that he stopped going to confession after he admitted this, he got shamed by the priest.
Oh, he didn't say just do 10 Hail Marys and you'll be done.
In an exclusive clip from Monday's episode, Neeson begins by telling his host, Conan O'Brien, of a time when he was 15 and a missionary visited his church from Ireland. In Ireland, from Africa.
He's Irish.
In Ireland, from Africa.
From Africa, okay.
It was a great event when you had a missionary visiting from Africa. And he'd be there for a week and you go to mass every night. And as an altar boy, I'd be serving mass. But to hear your confession from him, it was like a big deal, explains the actor. He recalls going to the confession with the priest, whom he described as having a big booming voice, and seeing a bunch of old women just outside the confessional kneeling down and saying their prayers. So we start, he said, and I had learned how to pleasure myself at home onto the sheets, and I had looked up the appropriate word. I remember I said the M word. I can't say it on here. Okay. That seems harmless enough, right? He recalls. Neeson goes on to say that he started confessing to the priest things like argument with his mom or fight with his sister before he finally got the courage to admit that he was doing that to himself.
The M word.
According to Neeson's reenactment, the priest at this point starts shouting at him, "You what?" This guy literally, he almost said things like, the grass will grow over the palm of your hand before you're 21. Stop that evil practice right now. All loud inside of the confessional.
Oh, Mr. Priest.
He said, I started thinking about all the old women who were outside.
Oh, no.
Who no doubt heard the entire ordeal.
You are wrong.
Neeson says he left immediately, and that was the last time I ever went. O'Brien laughed so loud. I think that'll do it for me too. Now, why would you say that out loud? Priests supposed to be quiet,
and that too is even like legally. They don't even tell what's with the person that they've shared their confession with, even in a courtroom. They try to say that between a priest and so why would you be so loud about his shame?
You know who he reminds me of? Y'all, what was that? Was that Larry David? Who was the one that, I think that was Larry David that had the Jewish rabbi? No, Seinfeld.
Seinfeld.
That was Seinfeld. Remember y'all, whoever watched Seinfeld, remember the rabbi, he tell everybody's business? Oh. That was Seinfeld. He goes, let's keep Jerry in prayer. He's having a difficult time. He lost his house or whatever. I'm just making up something. But he's a rabbi. And Seinfeld was like, why are you telling And Elaine came and was talking to him and gave all her business about not being able to find a man and all this other stuff. And then he gonna tell everybody, you know, Elaine has problems finding men. You know, that's he's a rabbi that talks too much.
But we had ministers that did that too. Remember, you will be the topic in the pulpit.
Yes. Well, but I'm saying other people will.
Other people have been the topic in the pulpit. And we know. And they sat there and we went,
is he talking about such and such? Because they the only people I know going through that right now.
Yeah. And you're like, I know this pastor is not using that person's experience.
Why do people do that?
I don't know. And priests know better. I remember when I went to Catholic school. Thank you, Mom, for sending us there, because we learned a lot. I remember got lost in the church trying to go out because we were there for the service and we sat in the back because we weren't Catholic. I remember peeping in, and one of the priests, I think it was a Monsignor. There's another level of
the higher ones.
The higher ones. He was drinking the wine. And I said, that's not communion. He's drinking the wine directly from the bottle.
Well, you always hear about priests.
And he was always kind of like,
yeah, you always hear about them being a flask. Pastor O'Reilly.
Yes. Oh yeah. So I feel bad for Liam because that's supposed to be private. Your confessions in that box is supposed to be, and even at the some people have actually taken lives.
Yeah.
And the priest said, "What? You killed someone?"
Thank you.
Come on, Mr. Priest.
So he said he was embarrassed.
Oh,
I only did that because you love Taken so much. Yeah. I did his story on
I love him though. Go ahead.
Cotillia says, I've watched Taken 1 several times, so I'm with you on that, Lenora. I hope I'm spelling your name correctly. Lenora. A on the end. Cotillia says, I watched that Seinfeld episode. It was hysterical.
Yes.
It was Seinfeld.
And you don't even want to tell your story to them because they are blurting it out.
Yeah, that
Elaine's having problems.
Elaine's. And then he tried to he shoot his shot with her. Well, you know, whatever they call, what do they call them? Rabbis. We can get married. He was saying to her, we're not like priests. We can marry. And she was like, so what does that have to do with me? He wanted to marry her. Cotillia says, confess directly to God, not man.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
but if you're Catholic, that priest still needs to keep that private.
You're really supposed to be like he's supposed to be like a therapist.
Mediator between you and God, but still keep it private.
Yeah.
Tell him to say a few extra Hail Marys because he's doing the M word.
Right.
And then he'll be okay.
Yeah, he was wrong.
That was wrong.
All right, y'all.
Go ahead.
Steve Harvey was in the news a lot this weekend.
This was a big rumor this weekend, y'all. Y'all heard it?
First of all, he was in the it was several reasons why Steve Harvey was in